take a second to set your intention. Holding your intention in between the palms, close to your heart. We'll take one cleansing breath. Inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale for Om or listen. Release the hands down by your sides and blink the eyes open. All right, maybe you unstick yourself from the mat a little bit. All right, bringing your feet under your hips, right where we were. All right, let's move with our breath. Inhale, sweep the arms up, the gaze follows. Exhale, hands to the heart center. Inhale, sweep up. Maybe you arch a little bit more. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. From here, interlace your fingers. Bring your hands behind your head. Bring your feet a little wider than your hips. So kind of the same thing. We're going to move with our breath. Inhale, lift your heart up. Exhale, round your spine, elbows forward. Inhale, lifting your heart up. And exhale, round. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, round. Let's do 1 more. Inhale, lift your heart up. And exhale. Relax your arms by your sides. Shake it out. So from here, we're going to bring our hands to make a fist shape. And I'm going to bring my shoulders to my ears. Maybe you squeeze your face. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Let it out. I know it looks silly. Inhale. Exhale. Shake it out. Let's do that 2 more. Inhale. Squeeze. Exhale. Inhale, squeeze your shoulders, and exhale, shake it out. All right, from here, let's bring our hands to our hips. So feet wider than our hips, and then begin to make big circles with your hips to the right. If you started to the left, that's okay. We'll get both sides. If you hear any little popping, that's okay too. I like popcorn. And then come back to center, move the other way. All right. Just a couple more. And then come back to center. So from here, let's come to the top of our mats. So yeah, we'll have a blanket for later. So coming to the top of your mat, feet under your hips. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Release your hands down, Uttanasana. Bend your knees as much as you need. So you're hinging at your hips. Let your head and arms be heavy. You can sway side to side. And then from here, bring your hands to your shins. Inhale, lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. This time, inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Release the arms down for Tadasana. All right. So this time, we're gonna do a little tiny flow. All right, let's try it. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Release your hands down to your shins. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend your knees a lot and step your right foot back. You can always bring your back knee down for just a moment. Inhale. And exhale. Step your left leg back. So let's come to tabletop position. Take a breath in as you look up and soften the belly. Exhale as you round for a little bit of cat-cow. Inhale, looking up, and exhale, round. And continue moving like this with your own breath. Maybe you match your inhale with your movement and your exhale as you're rounding your spine. Then pausing in center, step your right foot forward. You can bring your back knee up or leave it down. Take a breath in and out. Step your right foot back to tabletop position. From here, tuck your toes under, deep breath in and out. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Maybe bend both knees a lot, lengthening through the spine and also spreading your fingers wide on the mat. You can hold here in down dog or option to inhale to plank pose and exhale back to downward facing dog. And take a breath in and out. Lower your knees down to the mat, untuck your toes, and tap it out. From here, step your left foot forward and inhale, arms reach up. You can bend your elbows here, press your left foot into the mat and shift your hips forward. Oh, this is where you can use that blanket under the knee if you need a little support. So from here, as you inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, hands down. From here, walk your hands back towards you. Extend your left leg, flex your left foot. So half splits here. Your heel is coming forward and your hips are moving back. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. From here, let's bend our knee. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands down. Step your left knee back and make your way back to downward facing dog. Again, you can stay here in down dog, or maybe you add a little inhale to plank pose and exhale back to down dog. Deep breath in and out. Lower your knees down, maybe tap out your toes. And step your right foot forward. Press your foot into the mat. Inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, soften your shoulders. Maybe bend your elbows, shifting your hips forward. And then on your next inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale down. Walk your hands back towards you, Ardha Hanumanasana, folding over that front leg. Remember, you can always use blocks here under your hands. Let's take 3 deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. When you're ready, bend your right knee. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, frame your front foot. Step back to tabletop and back to downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale to plank pose and hold here, or bring your knees down to the mat. Pushing the ground away like you're puffing up your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, lowering all the way down with control, elbows pointing behind you. And then on the inhale, coming up for baby cobra. So tops of the toes on the mat, maybe gazing past your mat. Bring your shoulders away from your ears, elbows drawing in towards the rib cage. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly lower your forehead and then wiggle your hips from side to side. And then press your hands into the mat and press back through child's pose. So try to check in with your low back. For child's pose, you can always use a blanket under your knees. Maybe knees are wide, big toes touch. If your low back is a little achy, and then reach your arms towards the top of the mat. Take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly coming back to tabletop. Lean back. So we're gonna sit on our shins. Interlace your fingers, palms facing forward, round your spine. Inhale, palms face up. Exhale, arms down. Hello, plant. Let's do that one more time. Interlace your fingers, palms face forward, round your spine, navel to the belly button towards the spine. Inhale, palms reach up, and exhale, arms down. All right. So from here, let's come back to our last, well, maybe not our last down dog. So let's come back into downward facing dog from here. So this is optional. You can stay in down dog, or maybe you lift your right leg off of the mat. Try to keep your hips squared to start. Press your left heel into the mat, and maybe lift your right leg up a little bit higher. And then from here, maybe you begin to turn out through your right hip and bend your knee, keeping your shoulders squared to the mat. And then slowly square your hips to the mat, straighten the leg behind you. Inhale. And exhale, carefully step it through. From here, you can keep your back knee down, or for a little extra challenge, you can keep it lifted. Inhale, reach your arms up. So my back heel is lifted, my hips are squared forward. You can stay here, relax your shoulders. Let's add a little twist. It's also a little balancing pose. From here, inhale, and exhale, twist to the right. Opening up, maybe you bend that back knee, sinking a little deeper. You might try looking at your right hand. That's when I get a little wobbly. And then carefully inhale both arms back to center. Exhale, hands down. From here, bring your back foot in about a foot, and we're gonna extend our right leg. Again, you can always use blocks or books. So from here, my right leg is extended. I'm folding over my front leg. I'm shifting my right hip back. Maybe you flex your right foot. Take a breath in and out. Lower your toes down. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Step back to your low lunge, and then back to downward facing dog. If you want to add the inhale to plank pose, you can, or just hang out in down dog. All right, other side. So from downward facing dog, left leg behind you, press your right heel into the mat. Lift your left leg up, maybe a tiny bit higher, and then open up through your hip, bending your knee, keeping your shoulders squared. And then square your hips to the mat, straighten your leg, inhale. And exhale, step it through in between the hands. When you're ready, inhale, arms come up. Remember, the back knee can come down on the mat. So take a second here and find your balance. You can also pretend like your feet are on two tracks, like a train track. a little easier to balance than on a tightrope. From here, inhale. And exhale, twist to the left. Opening up, maybe gazing at your fingertips. And on your inhale, both arms back to center. Exhale, hands down. Bring your back foot in. So my back foot is about 45-degree angle. And then folding over that left leg. Again, you can use blocks to bring the floor closer to you. Shift your left hip back. Fold over that front leg. Maybe flex your left foot, coming to your heel. Breath in and out. Lower your toes down. One more breath, inhale. And exhale. Carefully step back to your lunge. And step back to downward facing dog. Maybe you add one more inhale to plank. And then we'll come down. Bring our knees down for child's pose. This time, if you want to bring your arms by your sides, fingertips facing your toes, just giving your wrists a little break. And here, maybe you feel your heartbeat, or notice the blood flowing, your breath. And take a breath in and out. Slowly begin to roll yourself up, coming back to seated. All right. So from here, I'm gonna sit on my blanket. You can sit on a blanket or nothing at all. I like to elevate my hips a little bit. I'm just crossing my ankles, that's all. So from here, right fingertips down on the mat. Inhale, left arm long. And exhale over to the right. You can stay here or maybe bend your left arm, bringing your hand behind your head and carefully guiding your head to look up. And then reach your left arm long. Inhale back up and exhale. Other side, right arm reaches up. Inhale. Exhale to the left. Breathing in through that right side of the body, in between the rib cage. Maybe you bend your right arm, bringing your hand behind your head and gently guiding your head to look up. And then right arm goes long. Inhale, come up and exhale. All right, roll your shoulders up and back. All right, so from here, I'm gonna come off of my blanket. So we're gonna do a little outer hip stretch. I'm gonna start with my feet hip distance apart, my knees bent. From here, I'm gonna bring my right ankle over my left foot. Before we do anything, flex your right foot and draw your right knee forward. I feel it. So also, if you press your right hand into the ground and then lengthen through the spine, You could feel a little more stretch in the outer right hip. You can stay here or roll to your right side. Ooh, and give yourself a little outer hip stretch. If you find a tight spot, you can stay there. And breathe a little bit. Sometimes all a tight spot wants is to be noticed. I see you, tight spot. I'm breathing for you, tight spot. And then slowly come back to center. Right foot down, extend your legs. And before we rush to the other side, just lean back on your hands. Maybe close your eyes and notice the difference of sensation between the right and the left side. Yep. All right, blink your eyes open. Bend your knees. Left ankle over your right knee. Flex your foot. Draw your left knee forward. Left hand into the mat, lengthening through the spine. Ooh, this side's a little tighter. So also, the more you bend your right knee, the deeper the stretch on the left side. So you can stay here or roll to the left side. Ooh, this side feels different. Notice if it feels different or the same. And now I'm gonna drink water. And then once you feel about even on both sides, you can come back to the middle, extend your legs forward, shake it out. From here, bring your legs to a wide V. Ooh, I forgot to mention, if you are in the wide V and you find it difficult to lengthen through your spine, that's hard for me. I'm doing a lot of work. You can sit on a blanket and that can help. So we won't be here for very long. Grab some props or even a pillow. Look, I'm gonna use a couch cushion. All right. So toes and knees are facing up, and just let your legs relax. So it might feel nice to rest your elbows on a pillow. Sometimes I like to bring my thumbs on the inside of my eyes. Helps with the sinus pressure. And take a few breaths here on your own. And then slowly release your hands down. Lift your head. You can move the props to the side. Ah, yes, and our wall. We'll use our wall in a little while. All right, so now we're just going to lay back. But before we do, come to the center of your mat. Make sure there's nothing behind you. So I'm gonna start with my knees bent. Reach your arms forward, feet hip distance apart. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, round. Slowly lowering with control to the ground. And then once you get there, you can reach your arms long. Give yourself a long stretch, open and close your jaw. And from here, bend your knees, hug your knees in towards the chest, and just rock side to side. And then from here, extend your legs up to the sky, point and flex your feet. Soft bend in the knees. And then bend your knees here. So starting from knees bent, feet on the mat, we're gonna do a little quad stretch. So starting with my feet on the mat, knees bent, think about your left knee. Bring your left knee out to the side and then try to tuck your left toes behind your right ankle. You want to draw your kneecap towards the front. So like you're shining a light with your kneecap. If you reach your toes with your right hand, cool. If not, that's okay too. So from here, I like to reach my left arm up over my head and then over to the right. So I'm making a little crescent shape. And instead of trying to hold your arm up to make that shape, just let your arm rest on the mat. So instead of doing the shape 100%, maybe do it 70%. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Allow your left side to soften just a little bit more. And make sure you are breathing. And then bring your left arm back by your side. From here, release your toes if you're holding on to them. Unwind, knees back together. And just as a little hip reset, you can extend your legs up, point and flex, and then bend your knees. All right, other side. So right knee goes out to the side. Tuck your right toes behind your left ankle and draw your right knee so it's shining forward. Maybe you reach for your right toes with your left hand. You can stay here or reach your right arm up and over to the left. And take a second to settle in on this side. And take a breath in and out. And softening through the right side. And carefully begin to bring your right arm down by your sides. Release your toes. Bring your knees back together And extend your legs one more time. Point and flex. All right. From here, hug your knees in towards you and just rock from side to side. And then from here, once again, knees bent, feet on the mat. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. So we did this before, but we're in a different shape. So gravity is different here. So flex your right foot, draw your right knee forward. You can stay here. Reach your arms to the sides, so you're making a big T shape. You can stay here, or keeping the shape of your legs, press your right foot over to the left. So coming into a little twist. Maybe a pillow finds your foot. You can always place a prop or under your left knee. Maybe you turn your head over to the right. And then slowly inhale, bringing your legs back to center. And then right foot down, switch sides, left ankle over your right knee. Draw your left knee forward, stay here, or left foot over to the right side for a little twist. Still keeping that shape of the figure four. And as you're ready, coming back to center, left foot down, hug your knees in towards you, rock side to side. Pausing in center, place your hands on your kneecaps, fingertips facing your toes. As you inhale, lengthening through your arms, knees away. As you exhale, bend your arms, knees towards you, Apanasana. Inhale, straightening your arms. And exhale. And continue doing a few more like this with your own breath. This is excellent for your low back or any digestive issues. We'll do one more round. And then from here, hug your knees in, maybe lift your head off of the mat briefly and roll side to side. And lower your head down, reach for your toes or behind your legs for happy baby, bottoms of the feet facing the sky. You can rock side to side here. And then from here, release your toes, bring your knees back together, and roll to one side. And then carefully making your way back to seated. And now we will use our wall. All right. So all we need is, first I'll demonstrate with a blanket. So I like to have a little support instead of the hard floor. You can also lie a towel. So there's that. So this is for my torso. First option. So I like to get super close to the wall, like this. Very close. Then I lie on my side, any side, then I squish my booty into the wall so it's easier. Then from here, I'm just gonna kick my legs up on the wall. And your legs, your knees are soft, so we're not trying to hold them straight the whole time. We're just allowing the wall to hold our legs up. If you want a little bit of height, you can use a bolster or a couch cushion too, under your hips. And before we hold here, I invite you to make any shapes. For example, like a V shape. And notice how that feels on the inner thighs. And instead of a V shape, I like to bend one knee and then keep the other leg long on the wall. And then switch sides. One leg long, one knee bent. And then it might feel nice. You can experiment with soles of the feet together, knees apart. And then from here, slowly extending your legs up to the wall. For waterfall pose. So we'll be here for about a minute and a half or less. You can always bring your legs down at any time. You can always adjust. And take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Allow your face to soften. You can always experiment with your arms up overhead, wherever is comfortable. So this is a passive pose. We're just letting gravity do all the work. And come back to your breath. And begin to bend your knees. And carefully rolling to one side. And just pausing here on your side. And then slowly making your way back up. And then you can come back to your mat for Shavasana. So if you want to use a rolled up blanket behind your knees, you can. I like to. Helps support my low back. So rolled up blanket behind your knees. So Shavasana, also known as corpse pose. So from here, you can wiggle your shoulder blades together. Let your palms land facing up if that feels okay for your shoulders. So it's kind of like we're in our standing pose, Tadasana, except now we're lying down. And then close your eyes or keep a soft gaze. And take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. One more time, inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. Let all the muscles in your face soften, especially your jaw, your tongue, your neck, shoulders, arms, torso, hips, legs, all the way down to your toes. And begin to bring your awareness to the center of your chest, to your heart center. Imagine that you are breathing in and out through your heart center. The more you visualize this, the brighter your light gets. Are you picturing a certain color or pattern? What does the light from your heart center look like? Take a deep breath in through the heart center and out. Give yourself permission to rest for these next few moments. And begin to come back to your breath. And come back to your body. And then start to move your fingers and toes. Maybe give yourself a long stretch. Open and close your jaw. Maybe inviting a yawn. And then starting to bend your knees. Hug your knees in towards you. And then roll to any side. Pause here on your side for a moment. And just take a moment to thank your body for all that it does for you. And then slowly come back to seated. And then bringing the hands in front of your heart. We'll take one breath together. Inhale. And exhale. Thank you for being here and sharing your practice. It's an honor to be here with you. Namaste. Thank you.